What's up, world? It's your brother in Google. Now you see RNM. Once again, you are tuned into RNM RBG TV, fam, and you already know that we do keep it G. And we're on Uncut Common Sense for the common people dealing with the common issues, and you already know that we are trying to seek those common solutions. And of course, like I always say, if you've been walking with me long enough, fam, you already know what I'm bringing to the table, what I've been bringing to the table, what I'm going to keep bringing to the table, and that is black love, because you already know that black love is the cure for the black nation, family. So let's get it. What we are going to discuss today, it's kind of like two topics fused in one. I've called it, let's discuss this word agent / social media has become a detriment to black people. But of course, you already know how we do. We gotta, let the folks get their opportunity to come on in the building, bless up the place like I always do, run the tune here and there, yada, 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 yada. You know how we do on this channel, RNMRBG TV. So with that being said, Sister Kalanji, your time is now. Step forward.
Stop the abuse.
Hold up.
Yeah, man. Bless thy people and save thine inheritance. Feed them and lift them up also forevermore. Time to jump, stop the abuse. My friend, you go and dance away, how gosh you lose. Remember us, the Rasta man say clean up your heart and calm. No, you cannot get corruption when not that Rasta bun. Don't clean up your heart and come. Be not hypocrite amongst yourself, African daughters and sons. Don't clean up your heart and calm. No, you cannot get corruption when not that Rasta bun. Don't clean up your heart and come. Yo, a Babylon them going down. The whole of them got them one buck of riches with them idol God. Get shot the ghetto youths and try the sister like Bob. Pretending to be when them not me know them art club device and evil mischief. So me know say things bad. Get your youths stay in the young and get your girls stay in the mob. When the belly get your youths about the heritage where them off. Them can't ask the sound because they use them on the frag. The ghetto youths them never buy no pussy and no bag. I never belong slave free world and government tag. Yo, no for them and yam the back. The ghetto clean up your heart and come.
I know everybody I go like we, still we irie. Come in on love likes, in a dancehall style. I know everybody I go like, still we irie. Come in a love likes, no. So every time I rise, we do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Make them know success don't come overnight. Don't make them know a substance over hype. Do it for the love and I do it for the light. No for them love likes, that's alright. Sit down in a post and a tweet all night. See them on social media type. While like say them they studio advice. But me never put them up on no flight. And me never see them a live not all life. You me someone know you have so much likes. I'm always still a lead for iTunes. Simple me when I'm ready, yeah. We put the music first, that's all. While we they on the bar and the hype. We work, dance all. So when you see me, yes, I see I. And every tune when me never write. And every show where we headline. No, when I do it for the likes, but me tell them we do it for the love. When I do it for the love.
Sister Wedding.
Do it for the love, when I do it for the likes.
I got one more on them run. I'm going right into it. Garnet Silk, rest in peace and step forward. We say.
Judge not, best you be judged. Yeah. See me and don't know me yet you passing judgment. How does that make you feel? See me and don't know me yet you passing judgment. I don't like it in that real. Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel fine? Despising someone you've never seen before this time. Never underestimate another. Never look down on your brother. No, don't do that. No, don't do that. No, well, See me and don't know me, yet you're passing judgment. How does that make you feel? See me and don't know me, yet you're passing judgment. I don't like it, and that's for real. Ask me who I am, then you would understand. And the musical teacher, shaping the future, coming from the Father, and the musical ambassador. Oh well, judge not, lest you be judged. Yeah. See me and don't know me, yet you're passing judgment. How does that make you feel? See me and don't know me, yet you're passing judgment. I don't like it, and that's for real. See me and don't know me, yet you're passing.
All right. What's going on, family? I want to welcome you all to R&M RBG TV. Like I always say, we do keep it G, and black love is the kill for the Black Nation family, so let's get it. Right? Sister Radical, what up? So, before I begin, like I said, the title of the discussion is as follows, as you can see on the screen. Let's discuss this word agent / social media has become a detriment to black people. Why do I say what I say? Before I begin, I want to read the definition of the word agent. Like I said, I'm pretty much going to go straight to the point. I'm trying not to be too long in this, but if we do, you already know how we do. So, agent, noun, plural, noun. A person who acts on the behalf of another person or a group. Person who manages business, financial, contractual matters for an actor, performer, or writer. Person or a company that provides particular service, typically one that involves organizing transactions between two other parties. A person who obtains information for a government or an official body, typically in secret. It's pretty much what we're going to focus on right there. A person or a thing that takes an active role or produces a specified effect. A substance that brings about a chemical or physical effect or causes a chemical reaction. You can look this up if you will. Any dictionary, Google search, whatever the case may be, the definitions will pop up right then and there. Now, why do I bring up this topic? Because it's vital, it's relevant, more than ever, especially in this whole social media era that we living in, that we've been involved in for the last couple years or whatever the case may be, right? No problem. But it pretty much goes down to this. Like I said, I'm not going to be too long. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's pretty much as this. Very simple. When we have these different discussions, these different talks, these different builds, and I do put quotations around the word build, because at the end of the day, in order to build, you have to have two or more parties involved, coming together with a specific idea, plan, strategy, whatever, to put into motion to get a certain, effect, if you will, right? To make it tangible, make it practical, right? But that's not the case in the times that we're living in. It's the total opposite. We're living in real times. We're living in the whole yes man and yes woman era. Let's be crystal clear. When we have these discussions, we have these hangouts, these builds, linking up in real time. Hopefully folks are really linking up in real time and not just keeping it online. Take your ass offline, log off, go outside, do this thing for real, right? Everything is all good. Everything is peaches and cream. Everything is all sweet. Everything is even bros and sis and kings and queens, etc., etc. The minute everything is on a agreement level. As long as we're agreeing, everything is all good. We all in together now. But the minute one person, two people or more or whatever, says something, does something, puts out their opinion about something, and 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, the disagreements always come based off of opinions instead of factual, concrete evidence, right? Let's be clear. Look around, I tell no lies. This is when that word loves to be flown and thrown around like nothing else. This word is like the air we breathe. We can't live without this word. We can't go a day without saying this word. You an agent. This is an agent. That person's an agent. But again, like I said a minute ago, when everything is all good, when everybody is agreeing, everybody's brothers and sisters. We're all kings and queens. We all gods and goddesses and all these other fancy romantic sides of words that we love to use. And you notice I said the word romanticize because that's what it is. It's not practical. It's not real time. It's not reality. People don't like to make things reality. People don't like to make things tangible and practical. People just like the feel good stuff. You know how Negroes do. We love the feel good. I repeat, we love the feel good. As long as it feels good, Sounds good? It's all good. The minute it strikes a nerve, makes you think, makes you step out of your comfort zone, makes you step into a zone of actual thought process where you got to really sit back and say, let me look at it this way. Let me look at it this way. Let me see your point of view. Now it's strife, it's chaos, it's drama, it's go time, war time. And the best way to go to war these days in this whole social media era, this is why I say / social media has become a detriment to black people. It's all verbal. It's all typed. Because we're not going to do these things. We're not going to say this stuff face to face. Because in order to be said face to face, again, you have to log off and take your black ass outside. Folks don't want to do that. That requires work. Negroes don't want to work. Because at the end of the day, anything that you wish to have, obtain, seek to be done, you have to put in the time, the work, and the effort to get it there. Folks don't want to do that. Folks, everybody want everything to be given to them. That's not how things work. Anything that you want or needs, especially needs, it's earned and worked for. Nothing is given. And if it's given to you, I bet you it's some bullshit. Don't be afraid to get your feelings hurt. Hold on, Sister Radical said something just like that. Don't be afraid to get your feelings hurt. Because at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, it's going to help build up your character. It's going to help build up your esteem. Let me stop right there. But when I say this whole esteem thing, let's be real. Negroes have poor self-esteem. This is why we deal with the whole yes man and the yes woman type of vibes. As long as it's, like I said, I'm going to keep repeating myself over and over and over until Negroes get this shit. Because we got to put this stuff to rest. We have to bury this stuff. Right? As long as it's touching your soul in a good way, it's all good. The minute there's a disagreement, you're an agent, you're a coon, you're a nigga, excuse my language, you're this, you're that. I want to step to you, but you're not going to do it. I want to fight you, but you're not going to do it. Because again, you're not going to log off and go outside and deal with these people in real life time. So who you fooling? You're fooling yourself. Again, all for likes, comments, and shares instead of the real deal, nitty gritty work ethic. It's just embarrassing at large. It's very embarrassing because when you look at this whole social media world, I don't care if you're on your phone, your laptop, iPad, TV screen, whatever the case may be. It's basically a big ass. It's a big comedy show. It's become a minstrel show nonetheless. We're also living in the minstrel show relived. If you don't know what that is, go back and do your homework and you see how that turned out. We're reliving that same type of vibe right here in these times in 2017 on to the next year. Folks have yet to learn the lessons of the past to apply the lessons to move forward into the future. They don't want to do it. They just want to keep reliving the same old, regurgitating the same old because once again, it's a feel good. Feel goods don't always get it. Because at the end of the day, everything that feels good, quote unquote, whatever, may not necessarily be good for you. Everything that you think is the good thing for you may not be just that. It may be an illusion. It may be a mirage. It may be a trick just to hoodwink your ass, bamboozle your ass to get you go along with the plan of somebody else. Where's your integrity? Where's your own mental state at? Where's your own esteem, if you will? Is your self-esteem that damaged to the point where you just have to go along to the beat of somebody else's drum? That you just have to go along to somebody else's strategy? That you know was going to go against the will and the cause of you and yours? I think it is. Because at the end of the day, again, reality tells no lies. All you got to do is look around. All you got to do is listen around. Feel around if you're not afraid to do so. But again, we're living in times of fear. We're living in times of fear. I repeat, we are living in times of fear. Covered in the cloak of blackness. Covered in the cloak of empowerment. But really, are we really being empowered right now? Or are we being dragged through the mud, hook, line, and sinker? I think you know the answer to that question your own self. So again, when you talk about this word agent, how can that be proven? And another thing, we always talk about show and improve, show and improve, show and improve. Well, can you show and improve these different agents out here? Because watch this. The more and more this word is thrown around, and I've come to the conclusion that within the whole black circle consciousness, or whatever you want to call it, I call it the trend, if you will. We got more agents than the goddamn government itself. I'm going to say that again. We got more agents out here than the government itself, according to the words and the rhetoric that's being thrown around. Everybody's a damn agent. Everybody's a yes man. Everybody's a yes woman. There were no real people really out here that's living this life of integrity, that's really trying to get this thing done and accomplished and something to pass on so we can sustain ourselves, sustain our children and their children and their children. Meanwhile, our historical enemies and adversaries, they play the game, and they also play your black ass like that game. Cut, check. Call me out if you want to, but I can prove it to you. I can back this up every step of the way. All it takes is one opinion. All it takes is one thought different from somebody else's, or different from yours even. And that was go time. It's time to fight. That makes no sense. But yet we always want to talk about some black power. This is why I said I've stopped saying those two words, black power, putting them together. My word is black integrity. Where is yours? Where is ours as a collective? Lacking if there is some at all. It's lacking if there is some at all. This is why, again, I say black integrity. Because in order to have integrity, that means you have to have something from within yourself. You have to know within yourself, within your soul, within your mind, what's what, who is who, what the mission is, how to accomplish that mission, how to strategize and plan to get that mission accomplished, so you can keep doing it over and over and over again. We keep doing the same things over and over again. And with that same thing that we're doing is living in the realm of niggerdom. Yeah, I said it. We're living in the realm of niggerdom. And we think it's cool. We think it's a thing to do. We think it's the way to be, the way to live. Meanwhile, we get lower and lower and lower and lower and lower on the totem pole of success. I think black people as a whole, as a collective, we're afraid of success. This is why we're afraid to put in the work. And I say that to say this from a personal note. My mother used to tell me that, speaking to me when I was a child. I would used to do the bare minimum at certain things, especially dealing with my schoolwork and all that stuff. I used to do the bare minimum just to get by, just to get the minimum passing grade to proceed on to the next step. But that wasn't flying in my house. My mother and my father, they didn't play that game. C's wasn't popping. Damn sure a D or E, that wasn't popping. You had to bring something about a B or A in the house or whatever to get the accolades that you was looking for, to get that type of gratitude that you were looking for. Now, C wasn't cutting it. That's the bare minimum, family. Now look at, let's revert that, let's convert that, if you will, to the so-called conscious trend. The so-called advancement trend. And yes, it is a trend because it's all about word of mouth. Ain't no action back in, ain't no boots on the ground out here. You feel what I'm saying? And for the brothers and sisters that do have boots on the ground, I want to say respect's due to you. Keep showing that example. Keep putting in that work, whatever, because eventually you will get those who you need on your team or whatever. Because at the end of the day, like I always say, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. So the whole saving every Negro type of vibe, that shit ain't going to do nothing but give you a headache, give you anger within your own self to the point where you're going to hate your own people. So stop trying to save everybody. Work with those that you know you can count on. Work with those that you know you can rely on. Work with those that you know are willing to put in the work. It's not that hard. Like I always say, it's three things. What you think, you speak. What you speak is what you walk, and what you walk is what you will pass on. Look at the thing that's being passed on. That's based on the things that we speak. The things that we speak are based on the thoughts that we have up in our brains, family. We lack integrity. This is why we're quick. Once again, you an agent, you an agent, you an agent. Meanwhile, the real agents out there, the real government agents out there with the badges and the guns and the handcuffs and all this other stuff that really work for these agencies or whatever, they just sit back and laugh. They sit back and laugh. They sit back, watch, and laugh yet again. They got their popcorn popped. It's a cinnamon show for them, yo. It's a TV show for them. It's comedy to them, because at the end of the day, we're doing the work for them. We're disrupting our own thought process and our own movements for them. They don't have to do a damn thing. They can just sit back and say, you know what? The plan is in motion. It's been rocking and rolling for oh so long. Just let them do what they do. And it works oh so well. It works oh so well. It works oh so well. This is why I always keep bringing up that old that physics example or whatever. Anything that's in motion, any object that is in motion, whatever, will remain at that same direction, rate, and speed until it is met with an equal or oppositional force to deter that object, to drop it off and on another path, to put it at another rate of speed. It's gonna keep going. Look at the way we're moving. Look at the way we've been moving. Gut check. Let me read some of these comments in this chat, man, because y'all going in right now. Yes, it's a radical. It is a very dangerous word. It is painful. Yes, Desta, Africans are afraid of power. That's exactly true. I'm going to say that. I'm going to repeat your words again. Yes, Africans are afraid of our power. No one wants to step in to our own role. Gut check. Word up, no racial integrity at all. Gut check. Digital Pit Boss, what up? They're following Satanism. If you want to go with that route too, I can rock with you on that one. Yeah. Dread, what up, fam? Just tell me I'm lying, family. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying out here. I'm gonna take a quick little break because I can see myself getting worked up a little bit. Let me calm down, reprogram or whatever. So you already know how we do. RNMRBG TV family, you already know we do keep it G. Tell a friend, man. This is what we do, man. We keep it real. We keep it 100. So with that being said, let me find something, get my thoughts together or whatever. We're gonna go with it just like this. Pressure bust pipes. Listen.
Yeah. Rastafari is the Almighty, you know. Let Jah be praised.
Give me a minute, yo.
Run away.
Listen.
You can't run away from yourself. Cause when it's only you and Jah alone, who will be your help? No one but yourself. Till you run away. You can't run away from yourself. Cause when you do good unto others, yeah, it might be better for your health. Overstand yourself. Little you no run down vanity. I want that to approve. TV that will make you confused. Put yourself around people that are better than you, and one day you'll be the best. Get all the respect due. Don't follow evil when they walk. Your actions is a manifestation of your thoughts. Do good and make it bless another heart. Wrong company now go make me fall short. Me tell you run away. You can't run away from yourself.
Level. Listen.
You see a man's face, but you don't see his heart. You see a man's face, but you don't know his thought.
I'm gonna pull that up from the top because I don't think y'all understand what the man is just saying. All right, Sandy. Miss Sack.
You see a man's face, but you don't see his heart. You see a man's face, but you don't know his thoughts. Everywhere you go, there's a man to say love. But never take it to heart. For your heart is your heart, and your thoughts is your thoughts.
What are folks thinking?
So don't mix love with hatred. For your heart is your heart, and your thoughts is your thoughts. So don't mix love with hatred. You see a man's face, but you don't see his heart. You see
I want y'all to listen to this next one I'm about to play real quick, because it's also relevant. Watch this. Bounty Killer, step forward.
Bad mind people stay far.
Listen.
Some guy bad mind from head to toe. Everything they want to read.
Listen.
Them so I'll clean out in you and fire bad minded bounty sense. If a guy try to disrespect, tell me feel it me foot make him step. Like how me career him want distress. Bad mind and God will what me suspect. DJs on no fear. Me a chat clear. Now make a guy victimize me career. Cause what is for me could never be your shame. Me not go tell you move your foot and make me put mine dear. The road is rocky but me see things clear. And me know say that the promised land is the near. Well Almighty God the only man me fear. Well every DJ who no fit take care. Change your lifestyle because a new year. No do things no more you used to do last year. You must see a bad dream or a nightmare. Make you want to victimize a next man career. Like you a bullbuck one defend my share. That now go work DJs who no fear. Me say
If a guy try for disrespect level. Are you understanding what the man just said? That's what's going on right now. A whole lot right now. So much disrespect. So much disrespect. So much disrespect. All because opinions get tested. All because somebody's thought gets tested. If we're going to have these conversations with one another, man, what's the point if we're not going to challenge one another, but challenge each other for the better, challenge each other for the good? We challenge each other to see who's quote-unquote tougher than the next one, who can be more disrespectful than the next one. But yeah, we want to talk about empowerment. We want to talk about uplift. Who the f are you fooling, yo? Excuse me, I was about to say something, but who are you fooling? Who are you fooling? I repeat, who are you fooling? Nobody but yourself, man. This is why Pressure Bust Pipes in the last couple songs I just said ago, you only gonna run away from yourself. You can't run away from yourself, because at the end of the day, when it's just you and alone, it's just you and the creator. And at the end of the day, you and your creator is your thought process. What are you processing? What are you trying to create within your mind? What are you trying to create and manifest in real lifetime? What are we manifesting in real lifetime? Nothing but a bunch of bullshit. Call a spade, call me a lie if you want to, but I guarantee you I can prove this shit. But again, like I said, everybody's an agent. We got more, I'm going to say this again, we got more agents in the so-called conscious realm, conscious trend, than the damn United States government at large, man. Straight up and down. And it's embarrassing. COINTELPRO was a beast, man. It did its job. It was granted, yeah, it was started back in the 60s, but it's been rocking and rolling ever since, and it's been getting more and more powerful in these times because of this whole social media thing. This social media thing, it's a gift and a curse at the same time. This is why I say it's become a detriment to black people, right? We have the ability to reach up to many and many peoples all at one time with the click of a button, with one post, if you will, right? It gets shared, circulated, retweeted, reposted, all this other stuff, seconds upon seconds at a time. But at the end of the day, what is the energy that's being circulated? What is the energy that's being recycled, man? We love to share around all the negativities, man. I don't care if it's dealing with the whole the TV, dealing with the whole so-called reality TV, this, that, and third, what I call the minstrel shows, again, or dealing with this whole information, whatever. Folks are scared of success. We are scared to put in the work. We are scared to make things happen, man. But yeah, we always want to sit back and complain and beg for the next people outside of ourselves, other races, other nationalities, or whatever, to come to our aid, to accept us, to lend their ear, if you will. They're not gonna do a damn thing. So I don't even know why you keep trying. Stop begging to do for your damn self, man. We love to uphold these brothers up here and their lessons or whatever, regurgitate their lessons, if you will. And I'll say that word one more time. We love to regurgitate their lessons because we don't want to put it into practice. These brothers right here and the sisters also that was amongst them, they put their lives on the line. They put their efforts on the line. They put their thoughts on the line. They made it manifest in real time. But yet, we want to uphold them. We want to wave their banners around, wave their philosophies and their ideologies around, whatever. But at the end of the day, let's keep it funky. We're doing a very discredit to it. We're discrediting it, very much so. I'm talking collectively because, yes, there are individuals out there. But we already know individuals ain't going to cut it. One cell over there is not going to cut it. If we all going to do it, we have to do it all in together now. But I'm not talking about every single goddamn Negro. I'm talking about working with the ones that you know you can rely on, working with the ones that you know is going to have your back, working with the ones that's willing to put in the work. Granted, it's a small few that's willing to get it in. But all it takes is a small few to get the ball rolling at least, man. Small blocks, they build big houses. I'm going to say that again, because that's one of my favorite quotes that I came up with my own thoughts, and I use it every day. Small blocks build big houses. You're not going to get the overall big stone. You're not going to get a final product, whatever, with one wall. It takes individual things or whatever. You got to put them together, stack it up, and multiply that. That's how you get your structure. That's how you get your building, both physically as well as metaphorically, whatever. Small blocks build big houses, man. And the brothers and sisters that's out there that's putting their life on the line or whatever, putting that work on the ground or whatever, those are the small blocks. We got to come together to build that big house, man. And the big house is empowerment for black people. Period, point blank. Now, at the end of the day, what we do is going to benefit black people at large. Cool, no problem. That's what it's supposed to be. But at the end of the day, once again, you know who you can work with, you know who you can't work with. Stop wasting energy, time, and effort trying to save everybody. It's not going to work because, again, the minute you run into that brick wall, if you will, the brick wall of denial, the brick wall of lack of work, the brick wall of no integrity, You're going to fill your head up with rage. You're going to fill your heart up with hate. You're going to fill your whole soul, if you will, with animosity towards your own people. Now, that person has become an agent. These people have become agents. Y'all Negroes is hilarious, man. I swear. Now I understand more and more and more day by day what Barbara Garvey said when he said, I don't want to take everybody back to Africa. He was speaking physically as well as metaphorically, man. Because everybody ain't going to be down for the come up. I'm going to say that again. Everybody's not going to be down for the come up. If you down for it, stand up. If not, continue to bend over. I'm going to say that again. If you down for it, then stand up. If not, continue to bend over. There's a lot of people out here bending right on over, man. You see it. I see it. We hear it. I hear it. You feel it just as much as I feel it. So I'm pretty sure y'all out here in this chat that's talking to me right now, vibing with me, y'all get what I'm saying. And those that's going to fight what I'm saying right now, these are the people that I'm talking about. Y'all have these same conversations on y'all channel just as much because I watch y'all channels. And I understand what y'all go through as well. So we pretty much all in together now. You feel what I'm saying? We have to we have the ability, and we have to put that ability into motion to get the ball rolling, man. Period, point blank, man. Talk to me, family. I'm about to drop the number in the chat room right just now, because I need y'all to call in. I want y'all to talk to me, man. I want y'all to vibe with me real quick, because this is real. This is real, and I know y'all can't fight it. There it is. Boom. Holla at me. I'm waiting. I will sit right here and wait for y'all. In the meantime, while we waiting for this phone to start ringing, you know how we do. We take a quick little break or whatever, let the tune rock. Watch this. Watch this. I got something for y'all. Watch this. Here we go. Listen.
I ain't gonna speak my intention. I pop out my gun and start the auction.
Just listen.
Boom, dynamite and drum and pump action. Not a mercy. Tell them. Well, action speak louder than word, but bad man no talk better if you observe. Yes, you stay there, go and target, you want be lock off, find the body, your west and the head or not. Hey, action speak louder than word, but bad man no talk better if you observe. Cool, you stay there, go and target, you want be lock off, find the body, your west and the head or not. Better you dig dumb, but you shouldn't talk, else you wouldn't get a gunshot in a yard. Tempted I will make nice, but bad men no talk, but off and kill. I will really be too small. No for them are this, and can't pay the cost. Maybe gun pop off, a nation dead off. Wipe off of the earth, come back in the past. Now make me get bringle and go everything dark. Hey, action speak louder than word, but bad man no talk better if you observe. Hey, you stay there, go and target, you have me lock off, and the body your west and the head or not. Hey, action speak louder than word, but bad man no talk better if you observe. Cool, you stay there, go and target, you have me lock off, find the body.
Watch this next one. Movado. Now we always talk about everybody being brothers and sisters, this, that, and the third. But like I said, that one thing come in that's gonna disagree with you, and that's watch this. Just listen. Watch this.
Cut them off. Cut them off. You fi cut them off. From them no real, you fi shut them off. Cause them can't kill we all off. We not dead off. Cause the mother did tell me not to trust them. The Bible tell me not to trust friends. Because who to be trust and love, and them fuck see you and touch. It's like them have a dirty bad mind and them can't see it. It's like how you make them can't sleep. It's like how you make them can't eat. Them all the girls just for the lead up on your can't see. But the progressive in a life is like a band fit. You see a goal and you can't fit. Get to your band from the concrete. And you never sell the soul and take the wrong street. I make you special, so I'm so special, so from bad mind can't stop you, you're special too. I'm so special, so I'm so special, so them can't pull you down like the special, so them no pass up, but them bad mind. Them get the blessing and waste with them time. Me see them stop all that you shine. If them try stop mine, well that's straight all the time. The Bible tells you.
Here's another thing too, right? Everybody always want to be such a tough guy and tough woman against one another. But when it comes to dealing with our historical adversaries, present as well as past, whatever, we don't have it. We don't got that type of energy, man. We don't got that type of energy. That makes no damn sense, man. So, Cartel, I want you to hear this one from him. Watch this.
Tell Russian, right? The Russian. We no frightened so easy.
Real ones don't.
All when you're rolling with the army that no scare we. Me represent the Gaza. nobody. We no afraid of nobody. No afraid of nobody. We no afraid of nobody. We no afraid of nobody. Never scared, never scared, never scared, never scared, never scared. Me born alone. Me Rottweiler them no shot a bone. Me no left my mongrel dog a yard. If I war you a defend, go and back home. Clear from flank and no take talk. So go and flip up like Clara phone. Ring and no farmer use can alone. Salt Spring shoe star like Carl Malone. White night, we no afraid of nobody.
Anything or anything. Steaming by that. Anything or anything. Swing by that. Anything or anything.
Everybody's a tough guy, but not tough enough to put in the work.
How with a boy that feel? You think you're just lined with steel? Mind me and my friend them come share up your meal. Deal. We find out you up on a what's real. Boy run go station go squeal. Me hear the tough chat. You must think we respond to that. Don't say you about to come try defend that. You chat. Oh you have the whole place a lock. But anything will have to pull that. You say me now. Well if a war and just war and if a peace and just peace, me I tell you this. Anything or anything. Anything when you are deal with that man.
Come on, y'all calling, y'all.
Anything or anything. Come on, no care who you know, no response. When you grow me, I tell you this. Anything or anything. Say you're the real big man, but we no rate than where we come from. Anything or anything. But your links big of yard, we have place of yard. Me tell you this. Anything or anything. But your big young a jungle, we roll down a jungle. Me tell you this. Anything or anything. But your big over bricks, and a that's how you feel this man. Me tell you this. Anything or anything. But your big young a rima, wrong place so he not speedy. Say anything or anything. No before me make you bad, me up, me go prison, go cool.
Now, why did I play this song? I played it real easy. I played it for a reason. First of all, Matt Carper, big up yourself. You understand? Big up yourself, Carper. There's a reason why I played that song, Anything or Anything. Because this, again, we got so much time we make for strife. So much energy for strife and disrespect. But none for work, none for uplift that we all love to type and talk about. And that's all we do. We're dealing with this whole social media stuff. We just love to talk shit. We don't want to walk shit. We don't want to build shit. We just talk shit. See who could be more disrespectful than the next one. See who could be called agent more than the next one. And so on and so on and so on. Again, it makes no sense. It's all out stupid, if you will. It's all out disrespectful to the legacy that we say we try to uphold and to the shoulders that we say that we stand on. I guarantee you, if they were here in the times that we living in right now, there would be so many. I don't even want to say what I want to say, but it would be a lot of stuff going on. There'll be a lot of ass whoopers going on by these people right here. This brother's right here, his shiny black boots will be all up in some people's black asses. I promise you that. I promise you that. I promise you that. This brother right here, y'all wouldn't dare look him in his eye. President General, you already know. Y'all would tuck y'all tails and fold those flags. Y'all know y'all would. Y'all know y'all would. Case in point. Watch this. Friday that just passed, right? The 11th. I issued out a challenge, right? Entitled #RBG Flag Day Challenge. Because if you know your history, today's August 13th. Right? What is August 13th? I'm not going to tell you, but I am going to tell you. August 13th is the day that this beautiful banner was given to us by that gentleman up there, President General Marcus Messiah Garvey, and the UNIAACL, which I am a ranking member of. 432, you already know how we do. Jamaica Queens, what up? This beautiful banner that I'm sitting in front of, whatever, was given to us, right? And the plans that the challenge that I issued to the family out there was to all those that love to uphold it, all those that love to wave it around, share it around on their different social media platforms or whatever to get the likes, comments, and shares that I love to talk about, to simply memorize the Pledge of Allegiance to this beautiful flag, come before the family, make a quick little video or whatever, drop the hashtag or whatever, and share it around. By memory. You have to memorize these words and recite these words. I do this on a daily basis before I leave my home. I do this every day. And now, you can go to my Instagram page and you'll see it. My Instagram is NGuvo9UCRANM. You'll see the video I put up. You'll see the challenge video that I also issued 2 days ago. Many likes. Many likes. Even got a few comments. But was the challenge actually met? No. Did people take the time to study those beautiful words that match this banner? No. What does that go to show me? What does that go to show you? Folks are full of shit. And then when you call them out on their shit, you're an agent. I've been called that word so many times by so many different people. This is why I have distanced myself from so many different people, so many different circles. My clique, my crew, my team, my comrades are very few. I can count them on one hand. One hand. Because it's that one hand that I know that's going to put in the work with me. It's that one hand that I know that's going to put in the time with me. It's that one hand that I know is going to step out into these streets and these projects with me. Southside, what up? Brownsville, what up? Harlem World, Morningside Projects, what up? Been there, done that. I do this. This is what I do. Key word is do. It's a small word, 2 letters, but it has a big impact. Folks don't want to do. Folks don't want to do. They want to be given things, and that's very childish. That's very childish. We tell our children every day, we tell our kids out here, whatever, that if they want something, they got to work for it. But here it is, you dealing with adults out here with childlike mentalities, whatever, because they want to be given things. So you're dealing with the whole type of mentality of the whole do as I say, not as I do. Folks don't want to put in that example. They don't want to show that example because at the end of the day, once again, that requires work. But then they have the nerve to talk about the religious people, those are the religious type of mind or whatever, of they sitting back waiting and this, that, and third. Well, guess what? You so-called conscious Negroes, you have turned this shit into a religion all by itself because at the end of the day, you all are sitting back waiting for things to just magically happen. Main things don't magically happen. You talk about the religious people and they just sit back in so-called prayer. Well, guess what? No matter what type of religious doctrine you come from, each text will tell you that faith without works is dead. So at the end of the day, I don't care if you're coming from the religious world, dealing with structured religion, if your church, your mosque, your temples, or whatever, doesn't matter. If you're not going to put in the work to match that prayer, just shut the hell up. Because you're wasting your creator's time. I'm going to say that again. If you're not going to put in the work to match your prayer, shut the hell up because you're wasting your creator's time. I don't care which angle you're coming from because at the end of the day, there's only one creative force, no matter which man-made name you use to acknowledge that. And again, notice how I said man-made names because we often go back and forth dealing with that stuff too. Oh, if you follow this path, you're an agent. You follow that path, you're an agent. You follow that path, you're a coon, etc., 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 etc. Meanwhile, no work gets done because all we doing is bickering back and forth like girls. Excuse my language, sisters. I'm not. You know what I'm saying. I'm not disrespecting my sisters out there, but you know what I'm saying when I say that girlish type of mentality, the chatty patty type of mentality, the pettiness type of mentality. Because at the end of the day, that type of mentality goes from both males as well as females. So it's not just I'm picking on nobody. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. It's embarrassing, man. It's just all out embarrassing. It's all out embarrassing. It makes no sense. It's ugly. But again, we got the nerve to talk about we empowering ourselves. We're about empowerment. We about uplift. Uplift of who? Uplift of what? Empowering who? Empowering what? Y'all full of shit. Let's call a spade a spade. Folks are full of shit. This is why, again, you got to know who is who, what's what, and what they about, what they willing to do, what they willing to put on the line. And once you get your answers, then you can be able to proceed and move on. But if you're busy, like I said, trying to save the whole world, save the whole black world out there, you're gonna drive yourself nuts, and you're gonna eventually hate your own people, which is the design that America 3Ks, don't get it twisted. That's what they want in the beginning. That's what they set in motion in the beginning. They want each other to go back and forth. They want each other to go with the strife. They want each other to continue to disrespect one another, because they know when they have that type of mentality, when we have that type of mentality in place, ain't no work gonna get done. Anger and things like that, it clouds your judgment. And when you have a clouded mind, you can't think right. And if you can't think right, you ain't gonna speak correctly. If you can't speak correctly, your walk will be tainted. Look around. Y'all know what 2 words I'm about to say, right? What's my 2 favorite words? My 2 favorite words: accountability and responsibility. And black people as a whole, we are lacking both. I'm going to say that again. Accountability and responsibility are my 2 favorite words because they're the 2 powerful words, and we're lacking both of them. And I'm going to throw my other favorite word in there: integrity. All 3 of those words are missing. They're missing. Watch this. This is how I'm going to apply those 3 words to my little equation I always do. You already know, right? Integrity starts up here. What is you starting on right here, right? Accountability. That also comes down from your mind to your mouth. Because at the end of the day, you have to be able to account for the good as well as the bad. Because if you can't acknowledge the bad, how you going to get to the good? Your responsibility responds to your feet. How you moving? I see what my shirt says, right? From my feet up. This is your responsibility. Put that stuff into motion. Put it on the ground. Get it rocking and rolling, family. If you bout that life. Or you rather just sit back, play the whole social media games or whatever, and the whole name throwing games or whatever, slinging mud and all that stuff. The whole penis measuring contest, if you will. Breast measuring contest, if you will, to see who could be the worst, who could be the worst, who could be the best at being the worst. Come on, man. Come on, man. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to say it again like I always say on pretty much on every episode. We got the little ones that's coming up behind us, man. They're only going to do based on the examples that you leave them. Look at the examples that we leaving, man. They ain't nothing but pettiness, chattiness, strife, disrespect, name calling. All the things that little children do. So at the end of the day, you have little children trapped in grown people's bodies. It reflects in real time. I'm going to drop the number in the chat one more time, family. I want to hear your all thoughts. I'm reading them, but I need to hear them. We need to converse, have this dialogue. I'm dropping the number yet again. Please call in. Don't be afraid to call in. If you're doing things, whatever, in your homes, whatever, I understand. I get it, and do your thing. But if you got the time, call in. If you can make the time, call in. We need to have this conversation, family. This is for us. This is for me. This is for we. All right? Boom. There it is. You know what I'm about to do? You know what I'm about to do? Let's see if I can find another one. Watch this.
Emmanuel, Immanuel, chance them to when them take it from Africa, we yard. Never have no criminal record. I know them take it go and brand. Standing by Marcus, Gavio, a profit first man, them deport. Them deport. If you have a clean record, passport, a visa, you can't pass them port. Pass them port. So we no come up for no visa, no passport.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
No visa, no passport.
All right, MRBG TV, who this be?
This is Brother Rich.
Rich, what's going on, family? How you doing? How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm living life. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was just catching your video, and I mean, there's not much I can speak on because you're hitting the nail on the head.
Man, speak your mind, brother. Speak your mind. This is what we here for. Speak your mind, brother.
Well, what more can I say? I mean, majority of the time I spend is on social media, trying to, you know what I'm saying, back and forth. You know, not really scared of doing the work, just having the wrong head, leading while I'm doing the work. So, I mean, you know, just need to, you know what I'm saying, get grounded and, you know what I'm saying, fix my structure and the way I speak, you know.
But you know, you just took a very big and bold step, brother. You feel what I'm saying? Which goes back to that A word, accountability. You have identified an issue that you see within yourself, and you're willing and eager, from based on things that I'm hearing coming from your words or whatever, you're eager to rectify the situation, to change that situation around for the better. So that right there, that's a bold step, fam. And that's a step that a lot of folks is not willing to do, man. We willing to talk a good game, but we not willing to look internally first. Because watch this, man. If we can't handle it on the internal, how the hell we gonna handle the external? Now, I was listening to something, brother, I think his name, Brother Ben X, from the NOI, whatever, right? The little young brother that's out there right now who's speaking that good word as well as putting in that work, whatever, and he's getting it in. He said something. He gave the example about the airplanes, right? When you're in the airplane, they give you that whole that example. If they run into a turbulent situation, what you got to do is you got to put your mask on first. You got to put your oxygen mask on first so you can be able to help somebody else. If you can't put on your mask, you're going to kill yourself trying to get to somebody else because you can't breathe. You just identified an issue, a turbulent situation within your plane on your flight, metaphorically speaking, whatever, and you just put your mask on, brother. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. So I congratulate you on that one, brother. We need type of minds like that. That is what's up.
I feel you on that one.
Somebody just in the chat room just asked, how does the brother talking to Brother Richard, how does the brother feel about Trump? Watch this. I'm gonna answer that one for you, Brother Steven. We're not discussing Trump right now because at the end of the day, they're doing what they're supposed to do right now. We talking about us, and that's another thing that we got to stop doing, family. Stop trying to escape our issues or whatever to look at somebody else. They're doing what they're supposed to do. When are we gonna do what we're supposed to do? Responsibility. So that's my answer for him on this, on that same question. No disrespect, you can take it how you feel, but hey, it is what it is. But if you want to respond, Richard, the floor is yours.
I mean, what I have to say is I don't give it no more energy. I'll give him energy because he doesn't represent me. You know what I mean?
Simple and plain.
Why would I even think about what he's doing when I need to go ahead and focus on, you know what I'm saying, those that look like me and act like me? You know? I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Brother, you on point, man. Like I said, man, you just took that first bold step, man. So from here on out, man, it's only up from there. You dig? It's only up from there. So again, I congratulate you for taking that step of accountability, whatever. Now all you got to do is just set that example in motion, so them young ones around you can see. So the elders, not even the elders, but the adults around you, the childish adults around you, they can see what's going on and they can get down and lay down. Real talk.
Absolutely.
Real talk.
It was a pleasure speaking to you, My Majesty, and you have a very pleasant afternoon.
You too, brother. Hey, next time we on, man, you already know. You see the number, you see your slide, man, call on in. Let's chop it up. You dig?
All right.
Peace. Peace, man. Be good.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna respond to this Steven person. I don't know what these kind of weird questions that he's coming up with. How did I get this cut on my face? It's very simple. You wanna know? I have no reason to lie. Back in my youthful days, I used to do a lot of dumb shit. You feel me? This comes from running from the police. I used to do this stuff, you know what I'm saying? I used to run from the police doing ignorant, dumb shit, nigga shit. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I've self-identified my issues, turned my life around, and working toward the better. Now, what does that have to do with what I'm discussing right now, Mr. Steven, Marco? What does that have to do with anything that's being discussed right now? This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about right here, family. We like to divert our attention to things that is completely unnecessary, irrelevant, so we can escape and deflect from the real work that needs to be done. That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. How does that have to do with anything that's being said? RNMRBG TV, who this be? Hello? You're on RNMRBG TV, who this be? We ain't got time for the games. Sister Radical, let me read your comment. Though we have a job, we won't survive these devils, we won't understand them. We are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. All knowledge. Check. Respect to you, Sister Radical. Respect to you, sis. Respect to you. Also, family, if y'all out there, whatever, make sure y'all subscribe to her channel. She puts it in. She says what she gotta say. Why am I angry? I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm not angry at all. I'm just saying something that's obviously not striking your ego the way or hearing the things that you would like to hear. I'm saying the things that needs to be said. My blood pressure is right on point. I just came from the doctor a couple days ago. Thank you very much. So again, stay on topic, fam. If not, please move on. We don't have time for the games. We don't have time for the games. Again, we do not have time for the games. So if you want to play games, go to your PlayStation or whatever game system that you have in your home, please feel free to go do so. We ain't got time for that. RNMRBG TV, who this be?
Yo.
What's happening? Who?
Hey, what, man? Africa first, buddy. Calling from Canada.
Peace. Hello?
Man, my mic. Give me a sec, man. I just set this up. Give me a sec, brother.
Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. I'm here. Incredible. Why am I so angry? Oh, my God. I guess the brother hung up. Mr. Steve in my car, please go do something with yourself, with your time, please, because you're pretty much wasting your own time by being here. RNMRBG TV, who this be?
Oh, that is so much better, man. Good to see you. Listen, man, how am I coming in? Is this good?
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you loud and clear. Go ahead, say your mind, speak your piece.
Okay. On agents, man, I got it kind of, sorted into, I don't know how to really describe analytically, really. And it's a lot worse. The problem is a lot worse than anybody's giving it credit for. And I've kind of assessed out there, right? You've got intentional agents. That's those ones that's going to move it with intentional malice towards the group of black people. But you also have unintentional agents.
Mm-hmm.
The unintentional agents. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, your unintentional agent is going to be anybody that's, putting forth the poisonous programming, the poisonous propaganda, the poisonous miseducation, right, that they've kind of taken and internalized their whole life. So, given the power of the propaganda, I don't doubt for a second that something about what I'm doing right now serves white supremacy. I don't doubt that something you're doing right now serves white supremacy. And I've got to look real carefully. What are we doing here that's not of us? What are we doing here that's not us, that's from them? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They made us, worship them, right? So the question is, in what kind of ways do we worship them? And you want to get rid of all of that. So right from your diet to the way you talk, to the way you think, to the way you sleep, to the way you don't smoke cigarettes, to the way you everything. You understand? It should permeate that whole thing. This is the education the kids need. Is an adequate and appropriate education that's going to stop them from being inundated and turned into unintentional agents. Now earlier you were saying, I wasn't going to act like girls and stuff like. You caught yourself on that. You said, man, look, no disrespect to the sisters, because it's a lot of sisters that act more manly than men should, that men act like, so, I didn't mean that. Let me check my language. That's another thing, too, so you did the right thing. Like I said, that's to be expected. None of us are not going to spew out poison. It's going to be poison. Let's get that out of the way. But then, at the same time, on the other hand, if you've got people listening that are big on the woman power thing, they're going to be like, they would have, like, you know what I mean, hit the they would have closed the screen immediately. Be like, man, this guy he said act like girls. Now this guy ain't about it, blah blah blah. And they wouldn't have given you any grace. They wouldn't have given you any, you know what I mean?
I agree.
Anything, you know what I mean?
I agree.
What they should have done instead is say like, okay, whoa, the brother acknowledged that. Hey, you know what? I know what he means, because everybody knows what you meant. Everybody gets it. And they say, hey, let's move on from there and show each other that love, that care, that grace. You understand? Because what's the focus? That's the whole thing, is the focus. The focus isn't to get in our feelings about, he called me girl, he called me this, he called me that. The focus is what? There's one focus, what's best for the children tomorrow. That's it, that's why we're here. That's and that's what I mean by appropriate education. If it don't apply to, the children tomorrow, it's a little bit of a waste of time. Like that guy asked me, how you get that scar? I asked that guy, said, that guy probably intentional agent, to be honest with you. That guy there seems like it, but I don't know. I could be wrong, I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we just got to stay on point and stay on focus. But understand the problem is when it comes to agents, you're talking about everybody. You hear about that sister from Kenya? Said what? I date white men all the time. That's what I do. If black men in America don't like it, they can hang themselves. A sister from Kenya said that, man. No word of a lie, man. No word of a lie. That's Africa, her mainland. That's the mother continent. We're using that kind of mentality, that kind of a sickness. Where's bleach cream selling #1? Islands. Which is like, that's hella, you don't get more blacker than the islands. That's Africa, Africa, Africa. You don't get more, supposedly, more African than mainland Africa. Where's it? It's in main selling Africa. How are these Africans buying bleach cream, brother? I don't understand this. But that is like, to me, that's just like we're almost dead. To me, that like means like fatality. That's like, it's a red line. And the speech you're speaking right now, to me, is the only thing that's really on point. When you show me how New York opening up those stores, let's get the money in, let's get this culture in, let's do for us, let's spend money on us, black money into black hands. When we eat, we make ourselves powerful every time we put food in our mouths, because we're all coming. You understand? This year, that's it. There's nothing else going to do to kids any good tomorrow. tomorrow. I'm telling you the truth, man. What do you think on that, man? How do you feel?
Man, I can't really say anything else, man. I actually agree with what you're saying, man. I really agree with what you're saying. What you said needed to be said. Straight up and down. Now, dealing with the whole, there are people that do intentionally, whether they do it subconsciously or consciously, whatever. You're absolutely right. This is why I said you got to know who is who and what's what, and work with the ones that you know you can rely on. If you see and feel that that person is going to be a detriment or whatever, stay far from them, man. Straight up and down. Stay far from them. Don't acknowledge them. Don't pay them no mind, because at the end of the day, all they're doing is making themselves look and sound more like the asses that they are portraying themselves to be. You can't work with that. We can't work with that as a collective. So know who you're dealing with. No, first of all, in order to know who you're dealing with, know yourself first. The Art of War stated, you know what I'm saying? Know know your enemy, know yourself. We got to know who is who. Sometimes our own enemies look just like us. You feel what I'm saying? And not, like I always say, every Negro is not going to get it down. You feel me? Everybody's not going to be down for the come up. Everybody's not going to be down for the come up. So for those who are not down for the come up, allow them to continue living their life, their own particular way, their own way, their own way. But at the end of the day, the ones who are down for the come up, let's stand together with them and put in that work.
That's what it is. Yep. That's exactly it, man. It's a little bit discouraging and encouraging at the same time that, you know, when you look for it, if you put your spectacles on and look for good-minded, good people that, you know, still talk about appropriate education, you still find people, you know, but at the same time, you know, when I look, to give you an example, like I had a conversation with a buddy of mine, and I asked him, I said, hey man, like, you know, let's say black people just, like, you know, pulled some money together and made a toilet paper manufacturing plant. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, like, hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so what happens if you make a toilet, you know, so every time we go to the bathroom, what happens? We make ourselves rich, just like every time we buy food from our spot that we produce and so on, we make ourselves rich. What happens if we do that? He's like, good idea, keep talking. I'm like, so yeah, so we make a nice little, you know, a toilet paper, you know, manufacturing plant, whatever. And then just if people aren't code, if black people aren't code and understand black money into black hands, that means anything black people produce, you know, assuming they're not spending the money on blood diamonds, which is a whole new conversation that we got to deal with. But what is that? Okay.
Totally agree.
Now I know where to get my soap, man. Put that up in the chat, man. Did they do that online? Did they sell that online or what?
Yeah, I'll drop my email in the chat room. I got you. Like I said, I'm actually right now I'm getting ready for this convention. The UNIA convention is coming up this week. Actually, from the what is it? From the 22nd to the 26th, right here in New York. Yeah. So with that being said, once those orders go out and everything, and the convention is over, trust me, I'm gonna restock up on everything and get it on out. Because that's another thing to match what you said dealing with the whole toilet paper thing, right? How we talking blackness, whatever, we can't wipe our own ass? How we talking blackness, whatever, we can't wash our own bodies with our own products and materials? We got to do for self, man. This is what all our leaders talked about, man. We have to do for self. So that's what it is.
Check yourself, though. To check yourself. That's the issue. So guess what Brother said? I was like, hey, man, so, like, what are you going to do? And he's like, well, would it cost the same? I'm like, well, I mean, what can I tell you? We've been putting trillions of dollars into their toilet paper manufacturing facilities so that they can streamline their production, so that they can do all the marketing, they can sell better for cheaper. Like, they have us technically locked out. If you're talking an impartial market, they have black people locked out of toilet paper because we're all going to go spend less for the more squares. And that's exactly what he asked me. He said, I know how much I get. I get so many squares for so many cents. I'm like, so what if it costs, 50 cents more a bag for a few less squares?
Mm-hmm.
The dude told me, nah, I ain't with it. That's the last time that's do with my friend, man. That's the last time I talk to a dude, man. Because how can you not be about that? How can that be a bad idea? How are you gonna, and your guy had a $1,000 computer part in the mail too, by the way.
Yeah.
While he's telling me, saying he's not gonna spend an extra $1 on the black produce toilet paper that's gonna dig us out this shit like this, man.
Right.
That's what we up against, brother. So
we don't question all these other big corporations and all that stuff that we willingly give our money to. We don't question them at all. We don't question them at all. We just offer ourselves up willingly. But when it comes to one another, we got more questions, more ridicules and fact checking that we want to do. We don't fact check anybody else outside of ourselves. But when it comes to each other, what's this? What's that? How's this? That defeats the purpose. At the end of the day, let's be real. You probably wasn't going to get down with it anyway. You probably wasn't going to support it anyway. So why are you trying to put up this front? We just have to be real. That's all I'm saying. We just have to be real. We just have to be real with each other. That's it. But in order to be real with each other, you got to be real with yourself first. And folks don't even want to do that much. That's why I always say accountability and responsibility, man. It's the two biggest things that scare any Negro.
So to be real with yourself, that's a good point. And before you're even going to be real with anyone, including yourself, you have to what? Want to be real.
Yep.
Being real is just like power. It's not something you accidentally do. Like, oh, whoopsie, I'm accidentally. Nah, man, you have to want that. Let me ask you this. What do you think of this idea? Babies in cribs, right? This is what we do. We paint murals of Amos Wilson on the ceiling, Marcus Garvey on the wall. We get rid of all these white Jesus statue pictures. We revere, understand? Wilson, Garvey, maybe Anderson, call them the Holy Trinity, whatever. I don't care, whatever. But just so that these babies growing up see Amos Wilson smiling down from him every single night before he goes to sleep, man.
I agree with things like that. I agree with things like that. Because watch this. Even Barbara Garvey said in his own words, we have to begin to canonize our own saints.
Right. You know, so that baby don't have a choice not to want to be real. You understand?
Yeah.
If he goes to bed looking at Wilson up above, smiling down on him on a mural on the ceiling, and he hears Wilson's voice every second day, and Garvey's voice every second day, and Anderson twice on Sundays, and he grows up hearing these voices. He's old enough to hear, to ask pops, moms, hey, you know what? Why do you like, Wilson so much? Why do you like Marcus Garvey so much? The mom, dad explain to the child, this is why, this is what it is. That child has no chance, no choice, no nothing. That child has no choice but to be appropriately educated, to love his people, and to want to love his people. It's naturally normal. You understand? There's no way that child going any kind of astray, because now that child's life purpose, number one, is what? Serve the group so the group can serve me. Yep. You understand? Because we need each other. This whole thing, that's another thing, it really weighs in on it, because when you look around at what everybody else is doing, they're doing individuality, 100%. So everything in the movie, in the music, and all the rest, including our unintentional agents that are also individuals, is going to tell everybody what? Do for you. You're about you. Do you. And that's the new thing I heard in 2000. I never heard that before 2000. Do you, man. Do you. Just do you. That's fresh. That's new. I never heard that back in the 80s. Nobody said that kind of talk. You know what I mean? So here's the thing. If everybody's being educated to be individuals, that's very destructive for black people, because we don't have it together yet. If we were buying our toilet paper from our own manufacturing plants and our food from our own farms, yes, that would be cool. We could afford that, because the group has what? Power. I'm glad you
just brought up the whole food thing. I'm glad you brought up that. I want you all to look up this too, man. Again, the UNIA, man, ACL, we about that work, right? Look up FACAROC. FACAROC, right? It's two different words, right? These two different acronyms. Federation of African, Caribbean, and American Food and Restaurants Corporation. Restaurants Owners Corps. FACAROC. UNIA, we're linked up with black farmers in the South. We're linked up with black farmers in the Caribbean. And we're linking up with black farmers in West Africa. All for the purpose of feeding ourselves from our own sources. You understand? From our soils to our mouths. You feel me? That's what it's about. Everybody loves to talk about food, clothing, and shelter by way of mouth, by way of the typing in the post or whatever. But, like I said, those who about it, they bout it. Those who are just typing about it, they just doing just that, typing about it. So again, FACAROC Family, Federation of African, Caribbean, and American Restaurants Owners Corps, brought to you by the UNIA. This is our Black Star Line Steamship Corporation in these times. This is our Negro Factories Corps these times, if you will. The Black factories and these times, if you will. We're taking the lessons of the past and we're modernizing them today and applying them today. This is what it's about, fam. This is what it's about.
I know you said, like, typing it's all bad, but would you please one time quickly type that in?
I got you. I'm about to type it in right just now.
All right.
I got you right just now, man. But, yo, I appreciate your words, man. You say you calling from Canada?
That's right.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Big up to the family in Canada that's out there putting in that work, man, with them right thoughts, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Keep striving the way y'all striving, man. Set those examples, man. Because at the end of the day, no matter which part of the world, no matter what soil you on, if you about that work, we all in together now. Straight up.
Sure. Yeah. Bless, man. Yeah. Next time.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Be good, man. Peace. Y'all see what it is, fam? Y'all see what it is, fam? Big up to that brother, man, because that conversation was real. That conversation was real. Let's go. All right, MRBG TV, who this be?
What's good, man? This is Brother Solomon.
What's happening, family?
Yeah, I see the hate you're getting in the chat.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Yeah. You should, man.
I'm loving it.
You're doing something right, man.
I'm loving it. Because at the end of the day, it just keeps me motivated on as far as the aim that I'm going in. You feel me? Reaching out the ones I'm supposed to be reaching. Because at the end of the day, if you're not getting the backlash or whatever, you're pretty much just talking to your wall, you're talking to a mirror, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, it's also reminding me the reasons why we need to keep fighting the way we fighting. It's a reminder for me. You feel me? So I'm with it. I love it. I love it, man. But what's going on? What's on your mind, though, family?
I was thinking another route. I was watching Sarnetta in the fight with the Hebrews last night.
Yeah, I caught that too. That was disgusting.
Well, I'm thinking out the box on another angle of it and saying that maybe that aggression is positive if we can harness it. You know, I think religion may have its place when you see the aggression that you can harness from that religious attitude.
Yeah.
You know, if it's possible that there's some kind of way that Kemetic and Hebrew ideology can merge and just have an African-centered understanding to get that kind of passion out of what people's doing, I think, you know, instead of battling, there has to be a way to unify it, so that you can put that aggression against, instead of a black face, a white face.
I wanna follow up with what you just said though, because I'm having this discussion with a couple of folks of mine, a couple of comrades of mine or whatever, based on this whole religious back and forth thing, if you will. Yes, you do need to re-Africanize it and center it in, no doubt, hands down, no problem. Another issue that we have is the fact that we often like to go system versus system. Now, my thing is this. There's nothing wrong with any of these systems if you really think about it. If you take it back to the origin of these systems, the root of these systems or whatever, they all were Reformation types of ideologies and platforms, if you will. It's always the people that you have to worry about. It's the people with negative mindsets and negative intentions that pervert these systems or whatever, which stir people who are looking in from the outside or whatever, stir them away. It steers them away. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we don't have time to go back and forth on which system is this, which system is worse, which system is better, this, that, and third. At the end of the day, the systems are what they are. It's the people who pervert the systems. That's what we got to focus on.
Do you believe that we would be more willing to fight for what's up in the sky or the red, black, and green?
Unfortunately, at the current moment right now, in the current climate, I would have to go with the first thing that you just said. We would fight for what, matter of fact, not even that we would, we do fight for it. We fight for our beliefs. And at the end of the day, a belief is a personal stance. Everybody has a belief some way or another, whether you're coming from Abrahamic tradition, an indigenous tradition, E5, Voodoo, whatever the case may be, etc., 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 Kemetic, doesn't matter. Everybody has a belief. Now, let's keep it real. None of these beliefs can be proven to be factual or true or tangible. Now, with that being said, you can take that belief and that energy within your belief and you can make something practical and make it manifest in real time, all if you want to put in the work. Like I said before, faith without work is dead. Every text says that. Every book says that. Everybody always likes to skip over that one right there. So I'm going to say it again. Faith without work, key word is work, is dead.
All the ideologies have one particular thing, I think, in common, whether Hebrew, Kemetic, or Christian, and that we all, on the black side, recognize who we're against. If we could unify on that message and bring those beliefs together, that maybe just
that person is our devil. That is, if we can somehow unify the belief, how much stronger would the flag be? You know, if we can bring them under one accord. I think we keep fighting on small ideologies where I think the white people teach us, this guy talking Trump, you know, they could disagree with Trump, but they gonna all come together against us. You know,
that is a fact.
That's one thing to learn from your enemy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't like Trump, but whether it's Trump against us, you know, that equal sign goes to the sign goes towards Trump.
That's a fact.
And they'll back in. And I think our Achilles heel is our religion. We'll fight for the religion more than we'll fight for Marcus or Malcolm. We'll fight for you know, what's in the sky. And if we could recognize that and maybe unify, find common grounds to unify the different sky ideologies, you know, maybe we could have a front. If we stop fighting and trying to get one specific ideology and just unify with all 98 of them. We can, because they black, as long as they black, cool with it.
I totally agree, fam. I totally agree. Because at the end of the day, like I said a couple seconds ago, whatever, a belief is just that. It's just a belief. It's what you do to make it practical. And another thing that we often do with these different religious walks, no matter what side you're coming from, at the end of the day, there's only one creative force. There's different angles and different routes and avenues to get to that creative force. But once you get there, and what are you going to do with it? Do you just get there to continue looking up? Or are you going to look down on the ground, put your feet on the ground, walk around the ground and build some things up? Again, small blocks build houses. These different avenues, these different ideologies and philosophies, whatever. These are also small blocks to build up our big house. But we don't want to do that. We just want to say, this is my block. No, this is my block. This is mine. This is my ideology. This is the way I believe. And this, that, and third. And if you don't believe what I'm believing, then I got to go at you. It makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Are you 100? We told they got us arguing about what's in the sky instead of about what's on the ground in front of us. And all of us have a common enemy on the ground.
Yo, I want to say big ups to everybody that's in my chat room that's so-called saying all the stuff that they saying, these BS comments. Y'all are making me laugh, man. Real talk. You saying I'm wasting my time, but yet you're wasting your time sitting here watching me, sitting here saying the words that you're saying, trying to combat me. So at the end of the day, who's wasting their time? Gut check. So after that, saying, have a nice day, do what you go do, man. Go live your life. If I'm wasting my time, go live your life. Make your life better. You feel what I'm saying? If you feel that my life is so lowly and this, that, and the third, let me do that. If that's your opinion, because your opinion does not match up to my fact. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all do what you do. You're wasting your time, not mine. Anyway, brother, your words is right on point, fam. I agree with everything that you're saying. I agree with everything that you're saying, bro.
Appreciate it. Good looking out. Hope this unity conference turns out positive.
All right, man. Be good, man. I'll holler at you on the next one, brother.
All right, bro.
Peace. We'll take another quick little break, man. We'll see if we're going to get some more calls before we get up on out of here, man. So, with that being said, let me find something. Watch this.
Yeah, you know. Righteousness exalt the nation, yo. Spirit can manifest without flesh, yo. Wise, you know.
I'm loving this conversation, family.
Oh, give me the heart, I got it from me, man. Must with the conquering lion, no fear of my sons, when we live as a young. Them who I am, and where I'm from. Oh, give me the heart, I got it from me, man. Must with the conquering lion, no fear of my sons, when we live as a young. I am elected and permitted to teach the nation. Praise to the Almighty One. That's the eye. Emmanuel Marcus with the vision. No be overstand. Some may say one in a tree and three in a one. Never disagree. All annihilation. You better check the energy and the constellation. Then you would know the man living in a man. The physical of the communicate with the inner man. He'll King Selassie Rasta man. All them one. Oh, when we come from. Oh, give me the heart, I read it on me, man. Must be the conquering lion, no fear of us, and the believers are none. Them war, Rastafari. Aye, some me tell some boy, yes, if stop calling me there.
This one is for all you in the chat room talking that dumb shit. Pay attention. If you want to be here, pay attention. It's for you.
Consuming. What you gonna do? Me have to burn them, still have to burn them, me have to burn them, still have to burn them still. Cause that's the will. Me have to burn them, me have to burn them, me have to burn them, me go burn them still. Up and down that hill. Hey. Me have to burn them, me have to burn them, me have to burn them, me go burn them still. Cause that's the will them. Man have to burn them, me have to burn them, me have to burn them, me go burn them still. Up and down that hill. When me burn them fat, chew them no clean, me go burn them fat. Them a flex lean, me go burn them fat. Chew them no clean, me go burn them fat. Burn them mother, me go burn them pa. Burn grandma, and me go burn grandpa. Tell them live clean and come together. No matter the time and no matter the weather. Alright then. Me have to burn them, me have to burn them, me have to burn them, me have to burn them still. Cause that's their will then. Me have to burn them, me have to burn them, me have to burn them, me have to burn them still. Up and down that hill, Me have to burn them, me have to burn them, me have to burn them, me have to burn them still. Cause that's their will come. Me have to burn them, me have to burn them, me have to burn them, me have to burn them still. Up and down that hill.
Leave not to me they want this not even to be no 45. It does you know, I will have vibe. Cause the music set away now, bag of vampire night. Anyway, so you know.
Yeah, would you make me not to give nobody heal? Some man rejoice through a go a jail. Me get shot, them take it, make chat, and them never want no church, give ninja no bail. Belly them a carry if you true them a wheel. The boy them even bet true Josie a wheel. Me no in a not no with no boy with skill. So he better them no see me coming a use no heel. Yeah, them boy they train jump off a real. Style where them claim say a lock play steel. PS too hot for them, who now see they follow them can match with strike. How we see say them a steal. Yeah. Anyone who know when I like this defend it. Anyone who know when I like this defend it. Anyone who know when I like this defend it. Anything or anything send it. Yeah. Anyone who know when I like this defend it. Anyone who know when I like this defend it. Anyone who know when I like this defend it. Anything or anything send it. Yeah. War. War.
Give me one more call, family, if anybody's out there. Give me one more call before we get up out of here.
If I war, you don't want make it stop. If somebody not dead for me, gonna pop off. Man a big bad man, I take a farmer talk. In a mill, if I war, you don't want make it stop. If somebody not dead for me, gonna pop off. If you're this bad man, we put you back in on the past. Hey boy, no say nothing. Else one more word and the show get forgotten. For you this jungle is them a go rip out you missing. A 6 and mid like I put you straight in your coffin. With glass pan top line with sponge and satin. Whole mouth murder gram Mr. Press button. All I tell see you man. Say you no watch nothing but you better watch couple coming out of the eagle. Tear off your face, put your finger recycle. You me look like a maga and look simple. Boy you exercise badness and look cycle. None of mercy. Well, if I war, who no want make it stop. If somebody not dead for me, gonna pop up. Man a big bad man, don't take no farmer talk. In a mill, if I war, who no want make it stop. If somebody not dead for me, gonna pop up.
RNM RBG TV, what is?
Yeah, it's good to see you again.
What's up, brother?
On religion, you know, that brother asked the question. He said, listen, which God do you serve, the pie in the sky one or the one on the earth one, or what's going on? It's so clear. This is not even in question. It's clear. And you know what? It's Wilson says, Garvey says it too. Look, we need something that's just... Wilson says this, man. Here's what he says about religion. He says, listen, religion is an institution unlike any other. Unlike schools or jails or just justice institution or any religious, it's there to serve the people. That's what it's there for. So the question of which religion do we go with, that's the answer. The one that serves the interests of black people. Now, you would think this should be easy because white supremacy exists on this earth. You understand? That's global, which means that it's very clear that it's the same interest everybody with melanin has. So you would think that it would be like a natural kind of a thing, you know, and so on. But let's put that aside. That's what religion is. So when we talk about, we need a religion that serves us. You know, that does for us. And that's why I say, man, I say just listen, be anything you want to be. Be your Hebrew, be your whatever you want to do. But just first, before you anything else, before you any freaking thing anything else on this earth, man, is African first. Is African first. That's number one.
That's right.
After that, if something else can fit into that, great. If it doesn't, no good.
That's right.
I like a lot of things the Hebrews do. I know they got their own business thing, doing some bodyguard things. I know some of those factions make their own clothes because they don't want to put no money into Tommy Hilfiger's pocket. You know, to me, you live in Garvey. When you have that ideals there, you're doing Garvey's work right
That's
there.
Right.
That's a beautiful thing. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to just accept the whole thing like okay, because they do Garvey here, that they don't do unintentional agency there. You understand? Just like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I look at aspects of everything, and the bottom line is always, is this good for African people? That's it. That's the only question you have to ask. Does this hurt or harm?
That's right.
That's it. If it hurts, don't do it. If it helps, do it more. That's it. And that's the same thing with religion. That's why I say, like a new religion, man. That's why I have no problem calling Marcus Garvey, Amos Wilson, and Carl Addison the Godhead Trinity of African people. I have no problem with it whatsoever, because they are the Moses, and people looking for Moses, by the way. But he was already here. His name was Garvey. But black people turned away from Garvey into distractions. You understand?
That's right.
Then we could be easily led off stray, and what? Program.
That's right.
So if we're still looking in Garvey's eyes, if we would have held his gaze through these decades, man, you know how powerful black people be right now, man?
Man.
I have no idea, man. We would have those for every fact we were talking about. It wouldn't be a new conversation.
That's right.
It wouldn't be a new conversation. And you know what? Black people would just thank their lucky, holy Trinity God, Mama Africa, that we still having this conversation.
Yep.
About producing our own, man.
Facts, man.
Once the conversation is done, black people, man, is going to be, listen, I might get it. Basically, it's going to be white flight on a global scale. And you're going to find, Europe's the most resourceless region. That's where you're going to find black people. White people are going to be all over everywhere else in the globe. It's going to be freaking gentrification on a global scale. We don't get our shit together.
That's right.
I'm not lying. That's exactly how it's going to go. There's no question
That's
here.
right.
Black people need some power, man. We need some economy. We need some that self-love. Education's at the bottom of everything, man. That's why I love your effort here. And I'm not at all surprised to see only 10, 15, 20, 25 people in your chat room. Because what's Wilson say? What we need the most of, we'll have the least of.
That's
what
right.
we need the least of, we'll have the most of.
That's right.
You know, so if we need people to love Africa and love themselves first and foremost than anything else, let's do good for African people. You know what? We're going to have the least of that. And I mean, that's why if anybody deserves Holy Trinity, there you go. You understand? So when it comes to religion, we need a new religion, one that's primary, and call that religion. I don't care what you call it. Call it African love. Call it do for self. Call it I love black people. Call it my family comes first. Call it what's good for Africans. I will do what's not. I won't. Call it black money, black hands. I don't care what you call it. I don't care. But it needs to be primary and
That's
first,
right.
above if you're Hebrew, above if you're a Catholic, above if you're a Jew, above if anything else, man, has to all come under that. And this is what I'm saying. It ties back into what I was saying earlier about people, you know, hearing one word and tripping out and be like, man, that Negro don't know what he's talking about. Look how he just said that word, or just how he said that word. I ain't with that. And then just dismissing the whole thing. And that's because that focus isn't there. As long as you're both focusing on the top thing and you have a handshake before any discussion, any debate, any even arguments are healthy. That's how things get discovered and invented and so on. We build on arguments. That's fine too. But before you have it, handshake. That what? Africa's primary. We're having this discussion what? For betterment. For what? For clarification. You know, not we're arguing to see who's right. Not we're arguing because I know more than you. Not none of that.
That's right.
When we discuss to help Africa, and that's it. This way, at the end of the day, you can have a handshake before the conversation and a handshake after, no matter what's said. And also, what's said won't be into that, you know what I mean, name-calling emotional garbage. It's going to be more tactful, more, you know what I mean, like, see what I'm saying, productive, you know what I mean? So
yes.
That's what it is. Which religion do we need? A new one. And as for religion back then, well, listen, man, they say you need to be clear. Listen, you can't question nothing about it, man. I love African people, man. I love African continent. I love Mama Africa. I love my ancestors, and I love the unborn.
That's right.
Right? But with that said, let me be clear on something. Whatever the hell Africans were doing back then, before global white supremacy, let's be clear. Let's be clear. That's not a small detail. Before white supremacy, before that ever existed anywhere, whatever Africans were doing made them subject to it. You understand?
Yeah.
Whatever they were doing was conquered by white supremacy.
I'm glad you said that. I got to follow up on what you exactly said, because I'm having this conversation with a homeboy of mine. This is so serious what you just said, right? Now, the biggest conversation that you having from a lot of these trend followers, right, these days, right? Oh, we need to get back to the whole ancient tradition, this, that, and the third. I can follow you to an extent. The reason why I say to an extent is because this, at the end of the day, like you just said, those same Wazungu or whatever, they're the ones that's right now studying what we did, because like I said before, many times on my channel, they study us down to a molecular structure. They got us all the way down to the thought process, to the atom process or whatever. So they taking what we've done, use it to their advantage, and using it against us. So everybody likes to say, oh, if you follow in this religion, you're doing it wrong. You follow in this religion, you're doing it wrong. You follow in this religion, you're doing it wrong. But at the end of the day, all of our greats, they followed whatever religion that they were under, but they put in the work for black people and our uplift. Case in point, Baba Garvey was a Catholic. Brother Malcolm was a Muslim from the NOI. Brother Khaled was a Muslim. You understand? Dr. John Henry Clark, he was a Baptist, Southern Baptist or whatever, right? But at the end of the day, all these brothers, and I can go name on more and more and more, and many different sisters as well. I can name countless names. But at the end of the day, they had their mind set on black people. They had their mind set on black imagery. They had their mind set on black uplift. So it doesn't matter what the hell they did believe, because it was a personal belief to them. But at the end of the day, they did not teach religion. They taught nationalism on a global scale. You feel what I'm saying? On a collective scale. They put black first. They put race first. And that's what we missed, man. Race first. Read the book that Tony Martin has out, that he put out decades ago, for those who don't have it. Read that book if you don't have it, brother. Race first. That book is a primary weapon that folks need to have in their arsenal, their mental arsenal. Read Dr. Amos Wilson's book, The Blueprint for Black Power. That's another book that we need to have in our arsenal. People want to talk about Bibles, Qurans, and Torahs, this, that, and third. There's your Bible right there. The Blueprint for Black Power. That's it right there.
Yep.
You feel me? Like, folks, it's like, I don't know, man. At the end of the day, like I always say, people just like to run away. And also dealing with the thing, I forgot what I was about to say, but I remember now. We like to, like I said, we like to knock these different religious ideologies or whatever. But again, these three men right here that you see on my wall, and again, the countless other names out there, whatever, they were under Abrahamic, if you will, faith or whatever, but they put in the work. I haven't seen not one. This is not a diss to anybody out there. I haven't seen not one Loa, not one Kemetic Netter, not one Orisha, etc., that has been used and implemented to combat our adversaries out there, past as well as present. Because if you, and mind you, if you want to talk about the Haitian Revolution, cool, that's beautiful, but let's be real. This 2017, that took place in 1804. So we can't even use that as an example no more. It's good to look at, but if you're going to look at that example, put in the work today. Folks don't want to do that. They just want to regurgitate and romanticize things. So at the end of the day, all these people that's out here talking about African spirituality this, African spirituality that, I agree with you to an extent, but if you're not going to put in the work, then just shut the hell up. Straight up and down.
I got you with the Netter. I got you 100% because white supremacy didn't exist at that time. So there's no way that it could have been a religion that was applicable or appropriate to deal with that kind of an environment.
Yeah.
On the other hand, the Haitian Revolution, white supremacy was in its full swing during that. And when you look at the Haitian, we have to understand that it's not in the chicken's blood. You have to understand, even ancient Africa, there's things in the Netter and anything that we can use. You know what I mean? Say that we can use that idea right there, that we should do, because we can follow A through Z, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, that's going to be good because blah, 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 blah. Yes, we implement that, but let's make it utilitarian, not a magic thing. The power the Haitians had wasn't that they knew to spill the chicken blood and to roll a bone this way or that.
It was within themselves. They brought it out for themselves.
Okay. Yes, because they had what? They had their religion. Listen, what happens when you value your religion more than you value your own life, and your religion serves the group? You would not believe it. But did you know 10% of the earth can run roughshod on the other 90, kill everybody, take everything, because they're all unified under the Pope. The Pope said, okay, no more fighting, guys. Now we're going to, I know we're only 10%, but if we come together and put our God above our own lives, we're going to take everything. And that's what they did. And when they charged into battle, They think this is for my people, this is for my God, this is for me, this is for the unborn, this is for my mom, my dad, my wife, my brother, my daughter, everything. That's what they're thinking when they're giving their lives. They have no problem then laying down their lives for what? For the group, for their God, for their blah, 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 blah. You understand?
Yep.
This is very, 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 very powerful. And that's the principle that the Haitians use as well. They said, you know, listen, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I know that I'm not going to win this battle here. But I'm going to frickin' take as many as I can, and maybe my children, at some point down the road, are going to be free. But I have to fight because it's either complete subjugation for my children or a chance at freedom, and I can't condemn them to complete subjugation, so there's no choice here. And who's with me? And they all together, of course. I mean, you understand? So this is what we just put above. Now listen here. You're in the information age. You're in the entertainment age. You're in the distraction age. The reason that in the 60s, they would climb rooftops, right? If the police mistreated their mom and their daughter or their sister or their wife or whoever, they would climb a rooftop, man. That happened in the West. I heard that happen in New York, too, man. Who would ever climb a rooftop now if it means that they can't get back to the Xbox, if it means they can't get back to the porn, if it means they can't get back to the club, if it means they can't get back to whatever useless drug, whatever they're doing, whatever. Oh, I'd like to, help out black people, but then I wouldn't get to drink tonight. So I'm just going to go ahead and let the next man, you know what I mean, give his life by himself. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to get back to my distraction, my entertainment. So I think there's a very strong bribe that has everything to do with individualism. There's like a bribe.
We're selfish.
Black people out their minds. You know what?
We're selfish.
And that's very, very, we're talking, like, it's tough, man. It's very tough. But I think looking to what made Haitians successful there is the key. Now, that's the thing, too, is when you try and convince even, like, so-called smart black people that there's a problem here. I don't know, they don't see it, they don't want to see it, they too poisoned, or what the hell. But to me, it's also obvious. To me, I know, man, I had that spit in my face. I know what white people are thinking, how they're thinking. I know they're all racist. I get that, man. But anybody born since racism went covert, I think that these new ones here aren't really understanding what they're up against. I don't think they get that. They're in deep trouble.
Oh, yeah.
They don't understand that when white want to, they're going to pull that rug, and they're going to be so gentrified into holy hell that it's impossible at that. Listen, man, I don't want to start babbling and rambling. That was my on. And when it comes to religion, man, Blast First is all day long, man. Do that and we'll be good, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
I'll link up next time, though, man,
Be good, brother.
What's your first name, anyway?
My name is Nguvo, man. Nguvo Nayusi, man, which means strength and blackness in Swahili.
Cool. That's right. I remember you saying cool. Yes, Nguvo. Next time, brother. Bless, all right?
Bless, man. Be good, brother.
Yeah.
That's all it is, fam. That's all it is, fam. I'm going to play one more rhythm. And we're gonna get out of here, man, because this is I really enjoyed this conversation, man. We could do this all day and every day, but you already know we gotta take what we listen to, we gotta take what we hear, and we gotta put it into work. So we gotta get back to reality and everything. So I'm gonna play this one right here, Bounty Killer, right here. Step forward.
Rodney Rutical. Get to youth! You, them real for recruit and teach them the truth and don't make them turn in a fruit. Teach a little girl them to dress up and look cute, but don't turn in a prostitute. Anyway, get to youth, just hold your head up in the struggle. If I even couple nuts, man, I go juggle. Make me mother proud and keep my mouth a trouble. Hey, me not go bust and me not go smuggle. If I be push the barrow, I go turn the shovel. But me future not go let that in the rubble. The youth them hungry and no pat, no they a bubble like a man. Clean this week, well, all the problem double. It's stressing to the brain, but me up in maintain. It's hard in a million, some things me up here attain. Life will make me mother proud and take her out of the lane. Swear me now go live under your neck for 5 on the plane. Most of the healers, them retarded, some of them are so lame. Them no set no infrastructure, all the youths them decay. All them treat the senior citizens to God is a shame. Things are raised up every day, but minimum wage remain. Them a tell me slavery gone, but it's a mental chain. Family,
I want to say straight up and down, today was a very vital conversation that we had with one another. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate for understanding what I'm getting, what I'm getting at, what I'm focusing on. And I dig where y'all are coming from as well. So now let's just take it outside, put it in motion, set those examples, Because we got those following behind us. You feel me? The next generation, so on and so on and so on, that we got to do this for. We got to stop being selfish. We got to stop thinking that it's just about me. It's just about me. It's about all of us, man, and especially those that's coming up behind us. So with that being said, family, Uncle Jobson Apple, to Apple and Black Integrity. Thank you for tuning in to R&M RBG TV, fam. You already know that we do keep it G. It's your brother Nguvo, now you see R&M. You feel me? Always remember that black love is a cure for the black nation, so let's get it. And with that being said, family, let's do just that. Let's get it. Till the next time.
The soup from the prime minister commissioner to the soup. There's a lightning disappear. Me tell me get a clothes. Well,